That looks like a long-ass jump. I'm gonna try it.
Oh my god! Oh jeez! Oh my god! Oh
Yeah! Welcome to yet another show with me, Cooking with Rick. And I'm your host, Rick. Commander Rick. Cooking Rick. Whichever you prefer. Anyways, today is gonna be an interesting episode. I'm gonna teach you a new recipe that I learned by myself from eating for at least like half a year from many different kind of Thai restaurants back in when I lived in Germany. Those were good times. Good times, especially when I wanted to get really fat, which of course wasn't what I expected, but yeah. Well, at least I lost all that weight since then. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna teach you how to make my own styled Thai dish, something like that, something similar. And I'm so gonna give you a little story on why I left World of Warcraft and joined Final Fantasy XIV. Because apparently those videos are getting more popular and popular as more players are joining Final Fantasy XIV. And I thought, you know, I might as well give my 2 cents on why I enjoy the game myself and why I switched from World of Warcraft. I mean, I know there's like hundreds of videos that's pretty much just tell the same story, but hey, whatever. It's my video. I can do whatever I want. Hey, I'm filming here. So yes. And before that, let me introduce you first with the ingredients that we're gonna cook with today. So yeah, let's go. So, for today's Thai dish that I'm gonna make, first, let's start with our protein. I got myself some pork belly with plenty of fat and plenty of meat. Then we got red paprika. We got this one, I forgot the name, what it was. It's not leek, the leek is right there. It's something else. It's something, that stupid Pokemon had it with him all the time. You know, the one with the skull on his head. I forgot this vegetable, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere if you recognize it. Then we have some carrots. We also have some beans, some mushrooms, a broccoli, and also I especially bought these ones. I believe these are bean stalks, the white ones. And also some bamboo sticks, whatever. I'm not sure what they are. There's something bamboo. Then we got some oyster sauce, a little bit of mix. These ones are, you know, much more simpler than, you know, just make it from the scratch. I buy them mostly from the packages. Then just your normal soy sauce. I bought the light one because I don't want to have too much salt in my food. And of course the last one is gonna be egg noodles. You can of course use the glass noodles, but I mostly use egg noodles. They're really easy to prepare. It's like what, 5 minutes or so, and plus they're really delicious. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yes, that's all the ingredients that we're gonna have for today. And of course I can't forget my beautiful chef's hat. We can't start cooking if we don't dress appropriately. Let me just adjust it perfectly. Yeah, I look pretty nice, pretty slick. So, where should we start? Well, as I cut up my proteins and prepare my ingredients, I guess I should start where it all began, back in the old days.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
No, not that back. A little bit different. No, not that way back. That's just science fiction now. Everybody knows our galaxy started from a turtle shell, or egg, or whatever. So yes, the first time I joined World of Warcraft, let me just get me a knife. So yeah, where was I? Right then, I'm gonna start cutting my meat here first, and I'm gonna add it to the bowl here. So, everything started back in the day in 2008, I believe. when I first got enough money to save up to buy myself my own PC. Damn, this fucking knife is nowhere near sharp. So yeah, in 2008 I finally finished my preschool and I joined the cooking school. And back then I thought, you know what, I need a PC. Not just for school, but also for gaming and because I like to feel like a cool guy. My friend, who I mostly used to visit, he had his own cool PC, but he wanted to sell his one. So I said, hey, you know what, I'm gonna save up a little bit of money from my stipend and from my pocket money, and I'm just gonna buy the PC from you, because I really didn't know how to build my own PC back in that day. And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? That's like a good idea. So I saved up like, what, 100 euros, 120 euros or something like that? Or was it back then when we still had the lots as currency? Anyways, so I saved up some money, I bought his PC, and I got myself a PC. All well's good. So I go to home, set it up, play some video games. I think I played like a GTA 5 or something, but the frame rates were horrible. But then I thought, you know what, it's all well and good, but I also need something else, something more. So I decided to get myself internet.
Dear Mr. Scully, Mac rules the world. Your Mac friend, Brent Rambo.
So I joined the internet community, so to speak, in 2008 or 9 or somewhere in between that time. And then I also remember I used to play this very interesting game called World of Warcraft, or at least Warcraft 3 and such. I heard about World of Warcraft, but I never played it. I only tried like the trial version for it before that. Like I think it was back in the start of Wrath of the Lich King, when they had like promotional event or something like that for the game. And I thought, you know what, let's try that game. But I didn't know that there was a big difference in World of Warcraft, because it was an MMO, a subscription-based MMO. I just thought, you know, it was a free-to-play game. So what I did when I set up my PC, got my internet, I typed in World of Warcraft free-to-play. And I found myself in my very own first what was it? Classic private server. Not retail, but private server. And I thought to myself, so this is the official game, like the World of Warcraft Classic. This is the retail version, but no, it wasn't. I didn't know any better. But anyways, I downloaded the game, you know, registered, blah blah blah, started to boot up the game, and it was like a whole new adventure for me, and I loved it. Because I used to play Warcraft 2 and 1 on like PS1. You could actually play it on the console versions as well, and I played like Warcraft 3, all the expansions in Germany on my mother's computer, and it was really fun. So when I opened up World of Warcraft and made my very own first Night Elf character, that was like the whole new experience for me, like a whole new world opened up to me. And I liked the Night Elf faction especially. It was my favorite one from Warcraft 3. And I think it was also the first time it stemmed from me, like why I only play female characters, because my first character was a female Night Elf warrior. So yeah, I created my first character, I logged in, and the whole adventure just opened up to me. It was like, whoa, this is a new world for me and whatever, right? So yeah, but of course I was a complete noob at the game as well. I didn't know much about the combat, the lore or whatever. I just, you know, played from the scratch. I learned as I went. Like the funniest thing about that I remember when I first played Classic was the rested bonus. I always thought, why is my XP gain so low in this game? because the game always said your rested bonus is like ended or something like that, and I thought, oh okay, I get it. I have to walk with my character to the like nearest inn or city, go in a bed / type sleep, and just log out of the game and, you know, do some real life stuff. Don't play the game all the time, right? And just log it back in and you get your rested bonus and you can go back and do quests and level up normally. No, that wasn't completely it. That was completely different. But yeah, that was one of those like a little new moments that I had from back in the day on World of Warcraft. So that's that. Alright, so I cut up my meat in little strips, slices here, and I'm gonna cut up some onions as well. So, where was I? Ah yes, I created my first Night Elf female warrior. I leveled up. I mostly spent my time in like, what? In Ashen Vale and in, what was it? The fucking, the first like Night Elf zone. Darkshore, I believe. Yeah, Darkshore, that was the place. I already forget the names. So I spent my time mostly there, but somehow I ended up in Stormwind of all the places, because I had like a quest to do there and I didn't know how to get there. I asked people, yo, how do I get to Stormwind and whatever, and they're like, oh, just take this boat and you're gonna be right there. And it's like, oh, sweet, thanks, man. And so I went to Stormwind, and I believe I started to level up in the Stone Talon Mountains. No, in Redridge. That's where my real adventure started. I leveled up quite nicely there. I still had like mostly mail and leather gear on me, so I was still kind of weak. But there I met my first World of Warcraft friend, my partner, my get-to-go guy, my first adventuring pal. I forget his name, unfortunately. I know, but I think he was a paladin, a human male paladin, and we were just, you know, stumbling with each other, doing some quests. One of the elite quests in Redridge Mountains, where you had to like assault the Blackrock orcs in that castle with a bunch of elite mobs, and I'm like, oh yo man, these guys are just too hard for us, want to team up and do this quest together? And he's like, yeah, sure. And from that moment on, we just, you know, became the best pals. Whenever I logged in, he was always online. We would do all kinds of quests. We also did like our very first dungeon run together, and when we leveled up like level 40, I think it was about that time when we first get our first mail gear. So it was pretty badass. We just walked the Stormwind, bought ourselves some plate gear, some matching plate gear, not the green ones, but the ones that you get from vendors, you know, with the whole shoulder pads, the matching like plate, face plates or whatever they're called, and you know, looked like two complete badasses. Him with his sword and shield, and me with my two-handed glaive. And from that time, you know, it was just an adventure. For like the next 1 or 2 years or so, we played the private server classic. We did dungeons, we leveled up, we did all the normal adventuring stuff. We also did some PvP together, we also did raiding, and man, oh man, raiding was awesome for me. I did a little bit of like as a DPS in the raids, but I also did quite a lot of tanking, especially in Anchorage and Molten Core as well. So for me it was like, holy shit, everybody was just depending on me, and it was super quite fun. I especially remember when I got myself my first, what was the warrior's helmet that you got from Onyxia's Lair, the one that with the huge ass like blade on the top of it. And I also got like the Kirashi Manslayer, the two-handed sword, and I just walked around the city all badass like, and I was like, whoa, check this guy out, damn, he's so badass. But yeah, that was my first World of Warcraft classic adventure. But then, somebody, as I was walking in the city, you know, just doing normal stuff, somebody logged in and said, oh man, I'm really glad that I'm back in like a classic private server, you know, just here to try stuff out, because I'm so sick and tired of retail WoW. And I'm like, what's retail WoW? And that's where my true adventure in World of Warcraft just started. Because I never knew that this was a private server, that this isn't the official World of Warcraft server. He's like, what do you mean, what's retail? Retail is a retail WoW. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. You do know that this is like private server. This isn't like an official one. And I'm like, what? Ooh, and I just was completely, my mind was completely blown. So I did a lot of digging, found the official site for battle.net and joined officially the World of Warcraft account. And that's where my whole adventure started. I think I joined like officially World of Warcraft like months before Cataclysm came out. I don't know, it was like in what, also 2009, 2010 or something like that. I don't remember, but either way, I joined before Cataclysm. Officially, I bought like the expansions, subscriptions, blah blah blah, all that. I thought, that's a lot of money, but whatever. I really liked the game and I wanted to try it out, and it was like amazing for me. Like the whole new world just opened up to me. Like the classic was awesome, but you can only play classic so much. But one day I realized like there are like was TBC. Wrath of the Lich King, and of course Cataclysm is gonna come out, and I'm like, god damn, that's a lot of expansion, that's a lot of content, what should I do? So I of course made my my Night Elf Warrior, and I just started doing everything in the game from A to B. I did all the quests in each zone, I did all the expansions, all the raids, all the dungeons, everything that I could get my hands on. And even went beyond, even after like Cataclysm came out and all the guys just wanted to get their world first or whatever, like everybody just rushing to get like the first achievements, I was just enjoying my time with the game. I was doing everything while everybody was still spreading out in Cataclysm, like getting their achievements or whatever. I believe I was still leveling in Burning Crusade zones, Outland, doing all the quests, doing all the lore, realizing that it wasn't actually that much of a bad guy. He was kind of an asshole, but he was a bad guy. And then I became the queen of the the ogres in the one of the spiky mountain areas in Outland. That was pretty kind of awesome questline. Then I went to Wrath of the Lich King, and the zones were awesome. I loved Grizzly Hills, the Howling Fjords. I loved the little quest lines where I, sometimes meet the Lich King and I'm like, hey, what's up, Arthas? I'm gonna meet you back in a few days or something. We're gonna fight each other in Icecrown. Yeah, I'll meet you back then, buddy. And just, leveled it through. Then I, of course, finally catch up to Cataclysm. There were already several patches ahead of them. I think it was, it wasn't in Dragon Soul patch. No, that shit wasn't still there. It was somewhere in between, in the middle, when I finally catched up to everybody else. And I enjoyed Cataclysm as well. I did all the old zones, like the revamped zones, all the quests and shit like that. That was awesome. I also leveled so many ults, like I tried every class and every ult, but mostly that was around Dragon Soul patch, because that shit was so long and so boring, so tedious. I finally hit the nail on the door when I realized, wow, I pretty much did everything. Now what? Well, might as well level up some ults, right? Before the next expansion comes out. And then, of course, the next expansion came out, which was Mist of Pandaria. I enjoyed Mist of Pandaria as well. It wasn't that bad, except the reputation, like it was a little bit slow here and there. I didn't really mind the whole like Pandarian lore or whatever. When they first announced Mist of Pandaria, I was like, oh sweet, it's Trans Stormstout from Warcraft 3. And everyone was like just spurting out like, this is impossible, fucking bandit. I was like, who cares? It's just a game. I mean, I still enjoyed it. I played through the expansion, I did a little bit of raiding here and there, even joined a guild. Of course, Siege of Orgrimmar came out, and that was like the worst part of the whole expansion. It was like Dragon Souls Dragon Soul 2.0, but even worse because of how long it was. It was like what, going almost for a year or something like that. But yeah, it was just, it was awful. And then, of course, Warlords of Draenor came out, and then everything changed. You know, new models, new everything. You know, your own garrison, like a little player housing or something like that. I mean, at first it was awesome. The quests were good. The story line was kind of you know. It was like whatever. But the content, the meat and potatoes, like everything else was just so fucking bad. It was awful. I started to feel out like the little burn, like the burnout from the game, because especially the garrisons. The garrisons were the worst thing they could ever create. I thought it was gonna be like, you know, your little private housing or something like that, do a little quests, challenges, whatever, but it was such a fucking waste. Especially like the mission tables. I thought mission tables were gonna be something much more interesting, but it's not. It wasn't. Like my idea for the mission tables, what they could have done is, let's say there's a mission table, like you complete some quest in one zone, and then you come back to your garrison and you unlock this quest, which says escort this caravan from point A to point B. Okay, you send your companions or followers or whatever after an hour, like time gating doesn't bother me that much, but yeah, whatever. After an hour, they come back and they don't complete the mission, they unlock it. So you can go to that place indicated in the zone map, you go to that place, you click start on the mission, and it starts like almost like a mini dungeon, like a scenario, where it's like a challenge, which says protect this caravan in this indicated time, and there's like the three like stages, the bronze, silver and gold. With the better you perform, the better rewards you get, and the rewards can differ from everything: experience, gold, gear, and also like follower upgrades, because then you can upgrade your followers, and as your followers level up and get better gear, they can also help you do better like high-end like these mission tables, you know, these like mini scenarios. You can also do them in groups as well, so that would be awesome. That was my idea of what they could have done, but instead they just made that the whole garrison mission tables just a useless piece of shit Facebook game, basically. That's what it was. But yeah. Anyways, I have finished cutting up my onions and my meat. Now we need to add some spices. Let's do that. So, for your choice of spices, you can add pretty much what you want. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some curry powder to the meat. I'm gonna add some oregano, some thyme, black pepper, and some basil. It smells so fragrant and nice. We're gonna mix this all up. Oh yeah, of course, can't forget some soy sauce as well. We're gonna add this bad boy too. And then we're just gonna mix it up, leave it on the side, and continue on with the other ingredients. So, continue on. We got our second bowl here, and this is where we're gonna place most of our vegetables. There's gonna be like a third mini bowl where we're gonna place other vegetables that I'm gonna use with my pasta or noodles or whatever, because once we boil the noodles, we're gonna also put them in the pan to cook them a little bit and add some extra ingredients to them as well. So yeah. Anyways, I need my little knife. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. So yes, where was I? Right, Warlords of Draenor. So, that was kind of a slow fucking game. But yes, somehow I pulled through it. Unfortunately, I had to like leave my old guild because I just thought, I think it was, yeah, in Warlords of Draenor, I realized there wasn't like much content to do and I'm just so fucking super bored. So what I decided to do is make my own guild and transfer my character. So I joined the Argent Dawn role-playing server. I created my own little guild. I recruited some new members that are still in my Discord server as well, a few of them I believe. And you know, we started our little community and it was really fun, you know, really cool. I named my guild the Silver Wolf Brotherhood. And everybody at first thought that we're some fucking furry gang or something like that. And I'm like, no, I just wanted to create, you know, my own cool, like, kind of RP mercenary guild or something like that. We're not furries. I don't know, like, fucking hell, whatever, fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. So yes, anyways, I created my own guild. We did a little bit of, you know, group content. We did transmog runs. We did some RP events, shit like that. And then finally the Legion came out, and that was like the golden era for us as the guild and like the game community, like the whole, for World of Warcraft, it was like just awesome. They added so many new cool stuffs, new mechanics, and what was it, artifact weapons. I thought it was like the greatest thing Blizzard has created like ever. But unfortunately they didn't keep that, and I don't know what is up with Blizzard, why they do this, but it's like every expansion where they add something cool, they just completely abandon it. And in the next expansion, you know, just make something new that nobody asked for. That's like the current state of WoW. But yeah, anyways, artifact weapons, everything else was just doing great. Legion ended up, and it was awesome for us as well. And then of course, the last thing that came that finally broke me was BFA, Battle for Azeroth. Everybody was thinking, yeah, we're gonna go back to Warcraft roots, you know, Alliance versus Horde and whatever. And everybody was really excited, and our guild was excited as well. You're like, you know, new expansion, new stuff, oh, that's great. And oh boy, were we wrong, holy shit. I thought the reason that half my guild left was because we tried to do a little bit of raiding content, and everybody just didn't like that. Everybody thought that we were gonna do mostly just RP and light PvE content. But no, apparently it was mostly because they just fucking hated the game. They were completely burnt out from it. And I also felt that burning with the content when I started doing like the world quests. I'm like, okay, world quests were fun in the Legion, but can't you just change them up a little somehow? And the story didn't make any sense. It was just so stupid. And I don't know, man, it just, I think what finally broke me, I was doing a little bit of world quests in Zandalar, one of those stupid turtle quests. Oh, the turtle is in the water and blah blah blah. It's like, fuck off already. And I just realized, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing even? And I logged out, I cancelled my subscription, and I went to the Discord, and I'm like, guys, what do we do? Like half the Discord like was just lying empty. There were only like a few veteran players of us left, like our small tight-knit community of friends and such. We're like, what do we do now? This fucking shit sucks. And they're like, let's play some other games. So we did. We played a lot of Overwatch. That was fun. We played some other games, Sea of Thieves, Vermintide, Warhammer Total War 2. But yeah, you know, it ended all as well. But I still miss that, you know, that community, that little MMO feeling. And one of my friends suggested, she said, why not try Final Fantasy XIV? I'm currently playing the game and it's really great. And I'm like, well, alright, sure, why not? I tried it once, many years ago. I'd created like a trial account, but I was completely turned off because I still had that WoW fanboy shtick going in my head like, oh, this is so fucking weeb and whatever, but I was still kind of impressed in that trial version about the gear, how detailed it was, like how detailed the character was. So yeah, I went back and checked out if I still had my old Final FF14 account, and surprise surprise, it was still there, especially the cat girl that I created. Yes, I know, make all the jokes you want, I created cat girl, so what? So what? We're gonna still have them in the future as long as Elon Musk keeps his promise, so yeah, you better watch out, huh? Females, you're gonna get replaced one day. So yeah, I decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm completely burnt out from World of Warcraft, like I can't stand it anymore. The fucking, just the complete grind, the complete lack of content, the way that the devs and the company overall treats us players and as players, fans, and as customers in the game is just abysmal. They just expect us to buy this stuff at face value because they had like this long reputation. Oh yeah, we're Blizzard, yeah, we make great fun games. You're gonna play this either way because you're a fucking whale. You're gonna spend all your money and do this shit. But no, wait man, I wasn't gonna do that. So I joined Final Fantasy XIV. Fortunately I joined when they finally like fixed the game with the Realm Reborn stuff. And for me, it was just like a new eye-opening game for me. Like I remember everybody was saying like Realm Reborn has like the slowest like pacing, the leveling and stuff like that. It was really slow. But I didn't mind that because I was just so burnt out from World of Warcraft. I was just so bored from it that I didn't even mind it. I didn't care about that stuff that much. I just wanted to try something new, and Final Fantasy XIV was right there. So I jumped into it. I deleted the cat girl character because I just wanted to start from the scratch. I wanted to remember what like the whole intro, what it was like. So I did. I created one of those dragon people. I think it was Zayla or Aura. Yeah, one of those. Anyways, I created that character. I started as Paladin, I think, Gladiator, the tanking class, and for me, from that day onward, it was like just so awesome. The character build up, like the narrative for the storyline, the content was consistent and always there. It was awesome. I think I joined the game right before the final Stormblood patch came out. I think it was patch something of heroes and whatever, and it was just awesome. Like the main villains, like I really love the villains in Final Fantasy XIV because you build up reputation, not reputation but like a relationship between them, and you realize they're not actually that kind of bad. Some of them are crazy, some of them had like sad backstories, but overall they're awesome people, you know, they're really good characters. But in World of Warcraft they just say, oh, why is that guy bad? Oh, he's mad. Mad at what? Corruption, whatever. It's a bad guy, corruption, blah blah blah. It's just such a fucking cheap shit. Like, I don't think World of Warcraft like developers make bad world. Like they made excellent characters, interesting, they build awesome worlds, but when it comes to like storylines, narratives and shit like that, they like flop on the ground and just completely fail. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. But yeah, that's the story of how I joined World of Warcraft and why I left, because yeah, the overall lack of content, the completely boring story-driven content, and just overall company treating you like a fucking doormat, and then completely going like the Chinese markets, like because I remember I still wanted to try to give World of Warcraft one last chance, but then the whole Blitzchung debacle came to light, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, man. I hate communists, and for you to side with them, it's like, screw you, man. I'm out. And yeah, I just completely didn't look back, and I don't regret my decision. I left World of Warcraft completely behind me, and I don't plan to return to the game unless they, you know, actually listen to the players for for once and actually deliver something that the players want. But I doubt that they will ever do that. They will only do what brings most money in. And from what I've seen, they're mostly gonna just concentrate on like Activision stuff, on like mobile gaming stuff and Call of Duty and whatever, and it's like, yeah, kinda sucks. But yeah, right now I'm still playing Final Fantasy XIV. I'm doing some New Game Plus story content and uploading them on YouTube, so you can check it out if you want, see what's what. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how my journey began with World of Warcraft, how it ended, and how it started with Final Fantasy XIV. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed my little TED talk, but let's move on with the cooking now, right? Let's go. So, with my vegetables, I cut up some mushrooms, the red paprika, and some green beans here as well. You can add any green beans that you want, the normal ones or like these ones with the stalks. Then we're gonna add some broccoli as well. Just cut off the tops. Doesn't matter how big or small you want them to be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we got our stuff here. What else do we need to add? Okay, we also got our bamboo stalks. I think that's the one. And we're gonna add about half of them here as well. They taste kinda like almost like nothing. Yeah, they're like tasteless, but once you mix them up with like soy sauce and whatever, and they're kind of good actually. They're pretty normal, pretty tasty. So we're gonna leave that here, and that's pretty much it for our vegetables here. We're gonna add a little bit of like flavoring as well, but that's gonna be a bit later. So we got one more vegetable pack to cut up here, and it's gonna be for our noodles. So for our noodles, we're gonna cut up these ones. Actually, I can't be bothered like to remember this. Okay, what was the name of this vegetable? It's purovs in my language, but I don't remember what's it's like in English. Purovs in English. Purovs translation English. What does it mean? Come on. What is it? God damn it. Fucking Google. Just tell it to me. Leeks. Oh, so it is a leek. Okay, never mind. Now I feel stupid. Alright, so we got a bunch of leeks that we're gonna cut up as little as possible here. Remember to always wash the leeks once you like before you want to cut them up, because there's like a lot of dirt between the leek like stalks, and you don't really want to taste the gravel in your mouth now, do you? No, you don't. So we got our leeks. Then we're gonna cut up some of our little carrots. We're gonna cut up in small strips. Like this. And then just, okay, one more time. Careful not to cut your fingers off. remember to put your hands like this in kitty paw. Meow. And just cut them up in like small. And just like that. Nice. Easy peasy. And what else do we got? Ah yes. And these ones. I mean, I think these are called leeks as well, right? Or onion leeks, you know, the ones that come from onions. I forget. It's really hard to like jungle two kinds of languages at the same time. But yeah, whatever. So we got our stuff here as well. Spring onions, that's how you call it. Okay, so yeah, we got our spring onions here. Oh, we still have a little bit of this stuff here. Waste not, want not. And we're gonna add these white beanstalks as well. They taste like nothing as well, but once you mix them up, they're quite good and tasty. Just be sure to get rid of like the excess water. Alright, that should do it. And there we go. This bowl of vegetables we're gonna use for our noodles. And that's pretty much it. Alright, now let's clean up a little bit because it's way too dirty here. Alright, and here we go. It's all ready. Our meat is ready. We got choices of spices and soy sauce mixed up with some onions, and the smell is just awesome. If you could smell that, you would think, you know what, I'm just gonna eat that stuff right up, just raw. Then we got some beanstalks, some spring onions, what was it, leeks, and of course carrots mixed up that we're gonna use with our noodles. And then we have our bunch of vegetables that we're gonna use here. We got our beans, we got our mushrooms, broccoli, and bamboo stalks, and of course paprika. You can add something like extra as well, maybe like a zucchini or something like that, or an eggplant. It's, you know, it's your choice, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it that we're gonna do. Now all that's left is just start cooking. Alright, so we're almost done here. I put the water on boil, and we also got our big ass wok pan here ready to go. All we need to do is just put in the meat. We're gonna dunk in all of it. Oh yeah, baby, that's what I like. And all we need to do is just constantly mix the meat and to make sure it doesn't burn at the bottom. The smell is just amazing. Like, you can feel the smell of the curry powder and all the other spices mixed in, and it's awesome. Now we're gonna cook this meat just a little bit more, few more minutes, because pork meat cooks a lot longer than your average chicken or beef. So yeah. Alright, so I think we fried enough more meat. I think it's time we put on the vegetables. I'm also gonna add just a little bit of some salt, but just a little bit. Some pepper. And that's pretty much it. We're still gonna mix this up a little bit. So it cooks with the meat and the spices. And then, only then, we're gonna add the oyster sauce and a little bit of drizzle of soy sauce as well. Our water is boiling for the noodles. We're gonna put in like half the package for today anyways. I don't want to add the whole thing in because that's too much. And that should be more than enough. So we got our soy sauce. We're gonna add some drizzle on the top here. And we're gonna add the oyster sauce mix here as well. The little package, this one. Yeah, it's hard to open up, and there's no like openings here. I guess I'll have to use my teeth like a fucking savage. I mean, well, there are plenty of knives here, and I don't know why I'm not using these ones here, so let's just do that. Our noodles here are actually done, so we're gonna turn off the water there. So add the oyster sauce mix. Oh yeah, that's the beauty. And that's that. Mixed it all up. We're gonna turn our heat on like minimum on 3, I think should be more than enough. Yeah. Put on this one and just let it simmer a little bit. And there it is. And while our vegetables and the meat is simmering a little bit, I might as well just turn it off. We're gonna wait just a little bit until our noodles drain from all the excess water, and then we're gonna prepare our pan here, our nice little pan, where we're gonna cook the noodles with our last batch of vegetables here. But for now, I'm just gonna check out my socials. Alright. Last one. Let's put our noodles in. Our vegetables in. And drizzle that baby with soy sauce. And just mix it up as you cook it. Let's actually switch this up a little bit here. And it's done. Man, look at that beauty, the vibrant colors, the smells, oh, and the taste. I can't wait to taste this. Our noodles are ready. Whoops, fuck's sake. Right, our noodles are ready, and our meat and vegetables are also ready. So, all that's left is plate it up and do a little taste test. And here we go. My own little pad thai, wok, something. I'm not sure. I'm not good at naming my food that I make. I just call it delicious Rick food. Maybe I should call it Rick's Thai delicious food or something. I don't know. I'll come up with the title later on. But yes, this is it. Smells awesome. Can't wait to dig in. So let's try it out. The meat is delicious. And so are the vegetables, just drenched in the spices, in the sauce. Just fucking lovely. And the most important part, what about the noodles? Just awesome, delicious, man. I always outdone myself each time I cook. And I like it, I love it. So yes, that was it for today's cooking episode. I also hope you enjoyed my little TED talk of my adventures in World of Warcraft and why I switched to Final Fantasy XIV. If you like these kinds of videos, make sure to comment down below, leave a like, share, whatever, blah blah blah, you know what to do. Just do what the usual stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next time when I feel like it, when I want to make a new video. Because, yeah, I do what I want. But yes, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and see you whenever. Peace.